This is the fourth video in our series about equipment. It's called UAP Investigation, Use of Video Camcorders. In our younger days, we all remember the fictional tough cop character, Dirty Harry, brandishing his .44 Magnum handgun and saying, "This is the most powerful handheld weapon in the world." Back then, I probably would have agreed. Combined with the wisdom that comes with age and my years of investigative experience, I now realize a handheld video camcorder is by far more powerful. You can change the course of human history with such a video recording device and an internet upload. For those of you who remember the Discovery Channel series UFOs Over Earth, we videotaped interviews with many witnesses during the original investigations. It was our video that caught the interest of the producers who ultimately produced the TV documentaries. More than 15% of the footage that you saw on the TV series was video that we actually shot during our original investigation. Handheld video cameras, camcorders, were originally equipped to record on a video cassette tape. Video cameras have evolved to incorporate internal hard drives and use high-speed flash drives and XD/XC cards that can be removed from the camcorder and plugged into the computer for downloading and editing. Image resolution is obviously dramatically improved. Most of the newer, better camcorders have FD 1080p resolution capability and can be set to record widescreen aspect ratio of 16:9, which can be stored on SD/XC cards as MP4 videos. Continuous recording time can be well over 2 hours, which is an advantage over the standard DSLR cameras because they can only record a video for maybe 25 minutes. If you're ever thinking your video might be used on a TV documentary, then you want to have one of these newer video cameras that has full color image 1080p resolution, that's 1920 by 1080, and a widescreen aspect ratio of 16:9, which is standard in broadcasting. It's also advisable to have jacks for microphones and headphones, and a tripod is particularly important to reduce camera shake. Pictured here is a video camera with a directional microphone mounted on top, which dramatically improves the sound quality from directly in front of the camera, where it's pointed. These microphones help to reduce background noise from behind the camera and also on the sides. You'll notice a headset is plugged into the camera. This allows the photographer to hear exactly what's being recorded on the video. Distracting noises like vehicles running or HVA systems, you might not notice it with your ears, but they can be very loud and undesirable when recorded on a video. Another useful option is a wireless lavalier microphone system, which you see pictured here. These things can be clipped to a witness's shirt or blouse, and they dramatically enhance the sound quality and dramatically reduce background noise and echoes. What you see here is a set that's made by Rode, and on the left is the receiver. This plugs directly into the camera, and there's a little video screen that shows the battery levels of both units and also the sound intensity. On the right is the microphone transmitter, and it actually has a microphone in it, and you can see here it's clipped on someone's shirt. You can also buy a lavalier microphone with about a 5-foot wire on it that can plug into the transmitter. So the transmitter can be concealed in the clothing and just the microphone is out on the collar. These work extremely well and give you very high quality sound. Just remember that when you're doing a video, the sound is the most important part. What I mean by that is you can have a video that's just average or maybe slightly towards the poor quality with excellent sound, and it will be well received. A video with excellent video but choppy sound is very difficult to watch. Handheld shooting. Video cameras are held with both hands and placed up to the operator's head with the eye in the rubber eyepiece and held tightly for stabilization. This takes practice but can be effectively used in the field for stabilization, especially if you have a little hand strap that's pictured here on the camera. The camcorder has a viewfinder with a rubber eyepiece that blocks the sunlight and gives the operator a crisp view of the video being recorded. There's actually a little tiny, very high quality video monitor inside this eyepiece. The difficulty with a fold-out screen is that in bright sunlight they're very difficult to use and the viewfinder is much preferred. Camcorders have a zoom lens system that's coordinated by a rocker switch that you can see pictured here. It's fitted into the hand grip and allows the operator to go from a very wide angle to a close-up very quickly while operating in the street or in the field. You can see here a video that I personally shot of a news helicopter that was about 2,000 feet in altitude. This was shot at full 20 power zoom that has the 35 millimeter equivalent of 576 millimeter lens. Another view of a police helicopter that was about 1,500 feet altitude, and this was done at 17 power zoom, somewhere around 476 millimeters. Videotaping an event or an object. On more than one occasion, the best video and digital camera equipment have been known to malfunction during an anomalous event. There are countless reports of batteries that were fully charged going totally dead during an event, or when in close proximity to certain types of objects or UAPs. Even more interesting are witness accounts where individuals watching a close encounter and trying to videotape the object. They report that they can clearly see the object, which is in close proximity above them, but when they aim the video camera pointing directly at the object, there's nothing on the video screen or the digital viewfinder. One of the best investigators I know and respect related a story while speaking at a conference about an anomalous event that he and another investigator experienced. The two investigators were conducting a night watch in an area that was reportedly frequented by an unusual red orb that appeared to be intelligently controlled. They set up a staging area at the end of an open large field and waited. After several nights of waiting and observation, the red orb visibly appeared and floated over the field in front of the two men as they were watching in total amazement. With a video camcorder in hand, he indicated that he had pushed the record button and the camera was recording video for over 3 minutes. After the event, they watched the video, which showed his feet shuffling around on the ground for 3 minutes. He was so mesmerized by what was occurring before his very eyes that he apparently did not have the presence of mind to point the camcorder up at the object. It happens even to the best investigators, trust me. Sometimes it makes sense to have multiple cameras for such a scenario. A multiple camera scenario. You have one video camera mounted on a tripod set at wide angle to view the entire area and keep it running continuously. If possible, have the instruments and meters that you're using in view of this wide angle camera, which can also record audio of the alarms if they go off. This way, if something unexpected occurs simultaneously, you have a video of the event. A second handheld camera can be used to focus on any activity that occurs so the operator can zoom in and follow the action. It makes more interesting video if the operator of the handheld camera is seen in the wide-angle view of the one on the tripod. Having video from two different perspective angles of an object or event adds credibility and makes it more difficult to contest or to debunk a report like this. Video recording an interview. The question often arises as to when do you try to videotape an interview? And the answer is every chance you get. There are several especially important advantages to videotaping an interview, particularly in a UAP investigation. First of all, it will document the testimony forever. If the witness dies, changes their mind, or is not available any longer, you still have a record. It's a more realistic scenario than just a simple written report. The video can also be shared with other team members. I can tell you that I worked with the BASS team. We would typically interview someone on location, and then the video could be uploaded so that the other investigators could see the interview without everybody having to travel halfway across the country. Investigators are hesitant to use video because they do not have confidence that witnesses will agree to be videotaped. This is a really big mistake because most witnesses will agree to be videotaped if you approach them properly. First, you assure the witness of confidentiality and explain that the video will only be used with their express written permission. It may help to explain that it speeds up the interview in place of writing notes for hours. Use of a written release and authorization form that will document the exact agreement for use of the video will make the witness feel more comfortable, and you should offer to give them a copy. Camera placement for interviews. A room suitable for videotaping an interview should be well lighted and free from distractions. The investigator needs to have control of the environment to limit noise, interruptions, and phone calls. It's advisable to turn off cell phones and HVA systems that can make a lot of noise. Lavalier microphones should be clipped to the witness's shirt, and a second microphone could be used for the interviewer. The interviewer may want to use headphones prior to starting the interview to adjust the volume of microphones and listen for any unusual noises like HVA systems. When videotaping the interview, this little diagram illustrates how you should be set up. First of all, the witness and the investigator should be facing each other. So the witness should be looking across the lens facing the interviewer. The camera should be set up on a tripod at the same height as the witness's face. You can see here that the witness line of sight between the witness and the investigator goes right across the camera, so it looks like the interviewee is actually looking directly into the camera. It makes it easier for the interviewer to operate the camera and monitor the viewer screen. Also, the screen should be set up slightly off center. They call this an eye top grid line, and you can see that the eyes should be about middle of the screen, one side or the other. Particularly useful when videotaping an interview like this is that investigators can sort of monitor the person's body language and eye movement. I've done this many times and it works very well. Also, it's a good idea to fill out a video evidence labeling card. And this is a card that I just put together for my business, but investigators can set these cards up however they want. There's a color bar on there, and then you want to have the witness's name, their cell number, the location, the city, state, the date, time, a little bit of description about what the video is about, the investigator or videographer's name, and some camera information is usually helpful as well. One thing I recommend is that when you start out in the video, photograph the video card for about 15 seconds on the video at the beginning. This helps you to organize your videos, and particularly if you're doing a lot of them over a period of time. Also, photograph the agreement, so a permanent record of both these documents is embedded on the video. This information will be valuable in organizing and editing your videos later. What you see here is a Pelican case that's waterproof that protects the equipment for travel. And what you have here, you've got the tripods, the batteries, the battery charger, the wireless microphones, the headphones, and the lavalier, and obviously the cameras in there. And again, these are all packed and ready to go. You keep them charged up. I call it grab and go. If something happens, you grab it and you're out the door heading to the location. And don't forget the rear compartment of an SUV. It makes a great workstation and staging area. With the lid up, it protects you from the sun, it protects you from rain, and it gives you a place to operate out of when you're in the field. And remember, your vehicle can sometimes be one of the most important parts of your equipment because it will keep you cool or warm. It gives you some area to rest, and there's a place to charge your batteries and get organized. Please check out our website at AEROPS.site. You'll be able to find current posts, new information, and a list of advisory board members. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.